I spoke last week about a time that I had read one of Rabbi Marcus's teachings to the congregation. I don't tend to read them beforehand. I just read it to the congregation and tried to discuss it with the congregation afterwards. And of course, I read it and I disagreed with an aspect of it. And I didn't know what to do with that point. And then I realized that this is actually a good thing. It's okay to disagree with an aspect of a teaching, but to still repeat it and to still talk about it and to still honor it and to try to learn from that teaching. And that's so important with all organizations, that we both respect the past but aren't afraid to grow and improve in the future. And it was a great moment to honor Rabbi Marcus and his teachings, but also to grow and discuss it and grow further into this generation. You see, so many people just cut themselves off from human beings, cut themselves off from organizations once there's one thing wrong or one thing they disagree with. But this is actually not what the Torah commands of us. You see, last week we started the story of Abraham, and we're told that God said to Abraham, Lech lecha, go out from the place in which you once were. Go out and have new experiences, go out and learn, and go and start your own new path. And that's the way we usually interpret it. But if you actually look at it a little closer, we see that in Abraham's journey, it was actually half the journey was actually led by his father, Terach. You see, half the journey was led by his father, Terach. And we also understand that that Abraham was so into God and finding into spirituality, obviously, and understanding that there is a higher force within the universe. And we think that Abraham sort of created this idea or innovated this idea or discovered it. But we actually understand, according to our legendary Midrashic tradition from Judaism, from the Torah, that Terach was an idol shop owner. And again, we usually see that as Abraham rebelling against the idol shop. But it's actually, I wouldn't say it's complete rebellion, right? Abraham was interested in the same thing. He was interested in God. He was interested in a higher power and discovering that within the world, just in a little bit of a different way than his father before him. So I would say it's more of a growth from his father rather than a distinct separation and being completely different. And I think that's a great model for how we grow as Jews. We rely on the wisdom and the knowledge of the past. We stand on the shoulders of giants, and we stand within these large organizations, even though maybe we disagree with a part of it. Maybe there was something wrong that we didn't like. Yet we stand within those organizations. We grow, we learn from those wisdoms, and we change and improve over time, while respecting and honoring the past, which is so much of what the Torah is all about. Hope you come next week, and you can always remember to check out our sermons online on YouTube, and hopefully have a great week. Thanks, everybody.